Bomb's resolution at the end of the flashback, which indicates the gap between him and his friends, Arya being revived, and what implications that has for the story, what other sources of tension still exist in this arc, and what you think is happening with Bomb. So Bomb's resolution is essentially, I regret everything. I regret meeting my friends, traveling with them, and everything because it's only led to hardship. Bomb doesn't understand that they understood, that they know what they're getting into, and it's worth it to be with him. Especially from Khun's perspective, but even Shibisu and Hots and Team Sweet and Sour, they knew they would only get into danger being with Bomb, and yet they chose to travel with him. Bomb thinks it's all his fault. He thinks almost that everything revolves around him. I've heard some people say that, and I agree. And that's not the case. Not everything has to revolve around him, you know? These things happened, and they knew it could happen, they knew the dangers, and yet Bomb still regrets it. I honestly think, I've heard a lot of your comments, that Bomb is gonna make a decision after this whole arc is over. He's gonna see all the terrible things that have happened because of him, and he's going to say, I'm done. You all cannot come with me, you know? I think it'd be crazy if there was some kind of time skip, or maybe Bomb split from the group for a while, you know, and we focused on the other group, but I don't know. Something's going to happen here. And I think that as far as Bomb's power goes, it is possible, like first of all, the whole time thing, I do think that was a one-time thing that Bomb could do because he absorbed Arya's watch, you know? It's not like he can permanently just alter time. I don't think that's the case, and if it is, I'd be really disappointed. I think it was super cool and super badass for the moment, but only if it was like a one-time thing. I don't want it to be like he can constantly bring people back from the dead. I know you all say, oh, Enryu can create life, and oh, you know, it makes sense. It's like, yes, it totally makes sense in universe, but it would also just make a lot of the other plot points very irrelevant if Bomb can just turn things back anytime he wanted to. There has to be some stipulation, and the stipulation that I hope it is that it's a one-time thing. I think that also that even though Arya is revived, it's possible she's not permanently here, permanently revived, and it is also possible that she could still die, you know? Maybe Bomb can only bring her back for a moment, or maybe he truly brings her back, but then she ends up merging with that other guy, and then this whole thing happens. You know, I don't think she's gonna, like, stick around as a core member of the group. Other sources of tension, though, I mean, I think there are a lot of sources of tension. Again, Bomb dying has never been on the table for me. I've never even considered it a single time since the end of season 1. It's never even crossed my mind unless we like reach the end of the story, right? It's just never gonna happen. My tension is Bomb. Bomb is a character. I think Bomb has had good character development recently, like, you know, middle of season 2, like honestly, start of season 2 as well, of course, but like season 3 as well, really good sources of development for Bomb with like Dang Dang, and now this whole thing with Prince and Arcrafter and Arya, you know, learning how to kill and like his relationships with everyone. Great character development in my opinion, and I think losing that development is a scary thing, or maybe he develops in the wrong way, you know? Maybe he thinks friends equal bad. That would be terrible development, but even the Lopobia family arriving, like, yes, Bomb is popping off on White. He's popping off, right? Yet, this threat is indescribably more dangerous than White could ever hope to be. Even if it was just the Lopobia family head, you know, you can't comprehend the difference, right? The difference between White and someone like a family head, it's not even, you can't even compare. Bomb's mental state should be highlighted from his resolve throughout the 3rd season all the way to regretting everything that happened. That's major character change, which is probably why the title is A Dark Change. So, yeah, right. So, I think that this is totally true, and I just talked about it, you know, a dark change. Bomb is not gonna be the same. Up until now, we've had a very steadfast and Bomb that is so resolved, but the moment he snaps and the moment that he regrets everything, the source of power is seen, right? That's when the power comes through. So I feel like he's going to keep thinking that, keep growing stronger and crazier, and that's gonna be terrible for him, you know? Like, as long as he was good and he was steadfast and he had his friends, I feel like that limited him. But the moment that he snaps and loses that and breaks through that and realizes this is all wrong, that's when his power comes through, so I'd love to see it go forward. Totally agree with you, Ariel Maestro. Like, I think it's a one-time. I don't think it's bomb absorbing abilities, right? The blood fell on his hands, right? Exactly. He absorbed the ability. It's not like I can permanently resurrect people, you know? We don't know, but it would just be, it would lose like 90% of the tension. As long as bomb is there, boo, 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 I'll rewind everything. That cannot be the case. Tension in fights is now just gone. With Kun and Bomb's revival abilities, even if they split up to fight in future arcs, there is zero fear that even minor characters will die. Deaths in Tower of God have barely been impactful, but now SIU has lost a really good yet rarely used storytelling technique. So I kind of agree. Well, I think that just deaths rarely happen, but I think when they do happen, it kind of hits, you know? It's just, you rarely ever see it, you know? Now, again, I think Kun's ability definitely is like kind of busted, and I feel like he's gonna maybe eventually lose it, but maybe not, you know, because you get that implication that the Firefish could lose control, but maybe I'm wrong. I would love for the flame power to go to Iwa instead. I think that'd be way better, but I don't know. Maybe Kun will keep it, you know, and stick around for a while. But the whole bomb revival thing, again, I don't think that's permanent. If it is, I totally agree with you. I think that's losing a huge portion of the tension, right? But I still feel a lot of tension in the fights. I still do, because I believe that there's still so much that could happen. There's still so much left to happen. Like, I know a lot of people are upset about Yama kind of getting back to his, you know, back to fighting condition, even though Yasuracha just whooped his ass. But here's the thing, Yasuracha never wanted to kill Yama. You know, Yasuracha is, in my opinion, protecting them. You know, he could have killed them as kids. He could have killed Yama twice now. There's something going on where I believe Yasuracha doesn't want Yama and the canines to end up in the hands of the Lopobia family head. Maybe he doesn't want them to end up like their father, right? So the fact that Yama was like beat up and now he's back, I don't think that really matters all that much. Like, what matters really is the tension between Yama and Yasuracha, and the tension that the reason why this is all happening, how it's all going to happen as well. You know, like, yeah, it's a bit rushed the way it happened. I kind of wish he wasn't just 100% back to normal, but it also fits in universe. Like, it's not that big a deal to me. The reviving of Arya. This feat puts Bomb next to Enryu, like creating life from Shinsu. We don't even know if Jihad and company or even Workshop can replicate this feat. Maybe Mixeth, as he created artificial life form. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, so Workshop is kind of mysterious. They helped create Yama and probably Yasuracha, you know. But as far as revival goes, or creating life, right, we know Enryu is hinted at being able to do that. And Mixeth. I'm glad you included Mixeth, because Mixeth has created many forms of life. We know his kids, like Max, Mai, May, and, you know, whoever else. And then Flux, one of the three lords, like, they were created by Mixeth. So it is definitely possible that he can just do that. But again, I think it's a one-time thing with Bomb. I hope it is anyway, we'll see. I don't think the fall is done yet. Could touch on that, this situation may not be a positive one. Arya is back, but at what cost to Bomb's power, sanity, or morals? Exactly, and also, yes, the second person to create life. Well, from Shinsu, that's a good point. Now, I agree, you know, I think it would be a letdown if Bomb kills White and is like, let's go, I gotta protect my friend. And it's like, you're the same Bomb that we knew before. No. Bomb has to be a changed person after all of this, which would make everything worth it, in my opinion. Like, again, I think it'd be awesome if he defeats White, right? Because he just loses it, that irregular monstrosity comes out, you know, and then he beats White, but White isn't, like, dead. It's just that maybe Albelda takes control for a little while, or something happens where White is still in the story, but I don't know. But yeah, exactly, Bomb's sanity. Sanity is going to be lost after this. This is the first time he ever lost someone, and that broke him. He snapped. I think it makes sense. Bomb's power when compared to the other irregulars. A lot of people have been saying that it's too soon for Bomb to beat White, but think about the other irregulars like Enryu and Pentamina. To me, it seems like this power jump is the right thing to do. I kind of actually agree with you. A power jump needed to happen, right? We haven't really had a huge power jump for Bomb. It's just he's really steadily been making jumps, but there hasn't been this gigantic leap, you know? In my opinion, like a massive leap. This is a massive leap, but it makes sense. I mean, Bomb was stronger than Jihad at this point, right? Like we know during the Hidden Floor, Bomb was on par, if not stronger than Data Jihad. I mean, let's just say on par. That means that at that point, Bomb was just as strong as Jihad was during his climb. And Uric is stronger, well, sorry, not Uric, Enryu and Pentaminum are stronger than that. Which means, you know, there's so much potential with the regulars, and I feel like it's not that much of a stretch. Now, you could argue from a narrative perspective that it's too soon, which I understand that, and I sometimes actually kind of think the same way. But from an in-universe explanation, ever since Season 1, it's like, yeah, this makes sense. This makes total sense. As a long fan of Tower of God, I must say to those who are disappointed, you're entitled to feel as you feel, but don't misinterpret Bomb. He exists outside the tower's rules, and really quick, so does Arya's time ability. He exists to break free from the tower and break the people away from Jihad. He exists outside everything. Bomb has found his resolve to awaken what was building inside himself. Bomb is a monster, not a god. I actually really like that. That's why he has wings, insect horns, and beast claws. He's a weapon created to kill Jihad and free the tower. Whatever you're disappointed in is your own desires and perspectives of Bomb, but SIU is the god of the tower and Bomb is his son. Make no mistake, it was always hinted that he is the savior and he is free from the tower and its rules. He is a void and a monster. As Arlen always called him, my little monster. That's actually, I really like the way you explain that, Kyle. And I agree. I feel like Jihad is almost like the god, you know, golden hair and long flowing cape and all these powers. And Bomb really is like the monster, you know? And, you know, there's this association with like darkness and light in stories. And I feel like Jihad has the light, he has the golden Shinsu, and Bomb's true Shinsu that we see here is dark, it's black, you know? And his horns turn black. It's like, that's so cool. Like, I love that sort of turning that dynamic on its head. Here's the real question, is death really a thing in the tower? Ever since the Hell Train, we had theory that Prince could come back, then Khun gains the power to revive the dead. Wait, whoa, slow down! Khun does not have the ability to revive the dead. Now, I know it seems like it, right? Khun can sort of give people power, life, as long as they have a spark. You know? He's kind of like gasoline. He can pour a little gasoline, but it's not going to start the fire. It just sort of makes the fire stronger. You know, and again, we'll see with Bomb. We'll see. I mean, Prince isn't... If Prince came back, that would be so dumb. That would... Dude, there's no way. Like, that's not happening. That's not... If Prince came back, that would be, like, so disappointing. And I'm so confident that it's not going to happen. Watch me... If that happens and you see this video, I mean, I guess, you know, I'm gonna eat my words, but there's no way. There's no way that's happening. I don't think this chapter was nearly as bad as some make it out to be. The flashback leading to Bomb deciding that he regrets meeting his friends and loved ones is an interesting development, which seems to be what the Dark Change was referring to. That said, I thought Arya's death in the previous chapter was handled very well and actually made me sad. Bringing her back feels cheap and is honestly an ass pull from SIU, even knowing the explanation. Haven't lost hope for this arc yet, but I really need to see Bomb face some real consequences. Right. So, you know, it's kind of weird because I reread the chapter, I've seen some reactions and stuff, and the more I read it, the more I think about it, I actually really like it. It really is just the Arya thing, but even that is honestly becoming not that bad for me. Like, honestly, it's fine, you know? It's not that big a deal. I just kind of hope she still dies. Like, as long as it's not just, boom, that's it, and I can just do this now. That's what I didn't really like, because it kind of came out of nowhere. But, you know, if this is a one-time thing, I'm fine with it. I still feel it's a little cheap, but I'm fine with it, I guess. But the flashback sequence and Bomb's development and his power-up, that was all, like, so good. Yeah, a lot of you are saying, like, have faith in SIU, you know, like, things are gonna be okay. And I agree, you know? I'm one to always have faith in SIU, and I know some other people are like, yeah, I've lost faith in SIU by now, you know, like, look at all he's done. It's like SIU is just doing so well, in my opinion. Like, I truly feel like this is some good Tower of God content. I'm not gonna say that it's, like, the best Tower of God has ever been, you know, I'm enjoying it, like, so much, but I think it's, like, it's up there. Like, it's up there, man. I think this is, like, top tier. This is definitely up there. You know, if I was ranking the arcs, I would put the Nest extremely high. I think this is, like, one of the hypest arcs ever made. And, you know, I do trust SIU. I mean, he's had 10, 11 years plus to write this story. Let's see what he does. And until then, I'm gonna have faith. Last comment here. Too many Khun dead baits per arc. I'm tired. All right, look. So, yes, but also this one's kind of excusable because I feel like even SIU, if SIU like showed Kuhn's body and there's blood and it's like, okay, SIU, what are you doing, you know? But I feel like it's just showing, okay, he blew up the lighthouse, what's gonna happen next? Even SIU knows he's not gonna trick us into believing he's dead, you know? So I'm okay with it, it's whatever. Appreciate you watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. By the way, tonight on Naya D. Hemming's Twitch channel, we're going to be having discussions just like this live with a bunch of other Tower of God YouTubers, Haku, AOA Show, Sunwoo, Milios. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're discussing the current state of Tower of God. Now, as you may guess, I'm probably going to be one of the defenders of a lot of these things, you know, trying to defend many of the elements of the story. Not all of it, because again, I do think a lot of it can be critiqued, and also a lot of it is up to personal preference and how you view stories like these. So, you know, it's like kind of up and down. But overall, it's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of great discussion, civil discussion, so hopefully you can make it 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. You don't want to miss it. Also, if you enjoy Tower of God lore and you want to see sort of like what may have happened in the past, then Towers and Gods is for you. Our prequel story, D&D and Tower of God. So much fun. You know, everyone said they are enjoying the series, so the more support we can get, the better, and I hope you enjoy it as well. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next Tower of God discussion video. Take care.